Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So today is going to start the ATC videos. I get asked about ATC videos so much, and so many of you are new to them. So I am going to explain what they are, answer some questions. We're going to start from like mindless, easy ATC cards up to very cool mixed media ATC cards, mixed media type. But yeah, it's going to be like run the whole gamut, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So today is the basic beginner, kind of not sure what you want to do kind of thing. Artist trading cards, ATC cards, very cool. I'm going to try to remember for my next video to get out my big notebook that I keep them all in. I've been doing ATC cards. Oh geez, I was in groups when Yahoo was the only thing out in MySpace. Years and years. And I've been in all kinds of trades and all kinds of fun stuff. In my group, All Things Creative, Delicious Susan Bush usually does our ATC trades in there. She comes up with a topic, and then y'all join and trade and do all that fun stuff. But it's a lot of fun. And really, you can, it's fun to do with the kids. It's fun to do by yourself. It's great if you feel uninspired and you just need to do a little bit of art. It's great if you are having a very bad day, whether it be physically, mentally, what have you. So yeah, so it's just a fantastic thing. So we're going to start very basic, and I want to show you a couple ways because as with canvases, having a white brand new kind of thing can be hard. It can be scary, intimidating, all that kind of thing. So let's find a few different ways that you can change it and make it a bit easier for yourself. Okay, so let's start with the card itself. Now, you can buy packs of these cards at your local craft store. ATC cards, they come in different. This is a canvas one. I don't know if you probably can't see the texture on that. This is canvas. They have watercolor. They have mixed media. They have whatever. Let me tell you something. Go to your dollar store, get a piece of poster board, and cut them 3.5 by 2.5. That's what I did in the beginning, especially when I'm in trades or I want to trade or in groups or what have you. Sometimes buying these pre-made, if you can afford them, I say go for it because it makes it a lot easier for you not to have to think about it. But honestly, poster board and take your ruler and your pencil and mark it 3.5, 2.5. Then go down to the next one, 3.5, 2.5, and then cut them out. Use your scissors, use your zippy thing. You know, I can't remember what it's called. And yeah, and you have a bunch of them. That way, you know, you don't feel as intimidated starting if you buy a pack of 10 that you're going to waste them because you paid $1 for your poster board. And really, you never waste it. You can just throw paint over it and go for it. But that's another video. But yeah, that's how I suggest you start. If you have your, not poster board, but if you have cardstock, use that. If you only have printer paper, maybe cut a few out and glue them together with a glue stick or Elmer's glue or whatever you have, Mod Podge, and glue them together to make them a little thicker. You can really have a bunch of fun. So that's that. Now, any questions of anything that I just said? I know I'm talking very fast today, and I apologize. Leave them down below. Any questions at all, leave down below. But as far as that goes about making your own, just let me know and I will gladly do a video to show you, you know, how to do it. I'm one of those people that have to learn while I see something and watch it. So I can understand if me saying, oh, you know, you just measured out 3.5 by 2.5 can be a little, maybe confusing for you, especially for us people that, are on medication because sometimes brushing my teeth is confusing. Well, that's a whole other video. Okay, here we go. So let's say we cut it out and we did it. Well, now it's a little intimidating. You're looking at it, you're thinking, well, gee, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Well, there's some things you can do. Okay, first, this is a piece of wallpaper. Now, a lot of times at the craft store, you can find textured scrapbook paper. Maybe you even have some at home. But you see, it's just a little textured up. Now, you can put it on here and glue it on, and that can be your beginning of it. Of course, you would glue it on, you know, you'd cut it out so it, you know, was the same thing, and then that would be your base. So that helps because you can go then and kind of take like a stencil brush with just a little bit of paint. Let me see real quick. Since I'm not really going to be doing a card per se, just kind of an introduction to it. This is just the same paintbrush that I think it's Distressed Ink and Seedless Preservatives. All right, so you say we have that, right? So you can go in and you can do an ombre on it if you want. Or you can just kind of go in and realize the harder you push down, the more color you're going to get. Like, for instance, up here, I'm going to push down hard. So you see how that went on there compared to what this is? So let's do this. If I put this on here, and let's say I'm going to like put it in the middle so I get the middle of the flower, turn it around. You know, everything for me is... Okay, so I'm just going to cut it. And you don't have to be spun on at this point. You know, you just want the general idea. And of course, you can glue it as well. And never throw these away because that makes a fantastic ATC card on its own with something else. But now that you see, we have the beginning of our ATC card. And you can, you know, continue this. You can do another color. Maybe you have another color. Real quick, let me see if I have another color sitting here because you never know. I have red. Now, I would probably wipe my brush off a little bit before I went in. And let me get some red. And I can go in, look at that, on the outsides of it. And if you don't have a stencil brush, use a paintbrush. Use a Q-tip. Use a makeup. Go to the dollar store and get a makeup sponges, you know, real cheap. But you see what I'm saying? And you look at that already. Beautiful. And you can go in and, you know, maybe you want the whole thing. And these are just some suggestions. Really, make it your own. You know, look at that. Look how pretty that is. And that's just the card. And of course, you know, you make sure you hit. Maybe you want more different colors on the outside. Maybe you want to go a little. Oh, let's try. This is why I start things and they end up being so freaking long, my videos. We can go with some black. Just a little bit of black on it. Now remember, this is glued onto the card. And I can go around the edges a little bit to add a little bit of dimension. Use paint if you have paint. You just want it to be dry. But see how you're adding all... Look at that already so pretty. And then... Let me grab a different one since I put black. I always go light to dark. Of course, this one I didn't. But then if you take your... I know I have a million of these brushes. This is Archival Brilliance Pigment Ink Pad in Platinum Planet. And if I was on camera, you'd really see that. But it's very shiny. See? And you can use paint. This is just what I have sitting here. Very, very easy. So I'm going to put some of that on there and then go on top. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love how that's picking that up. I will lift it up so you can see it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. I love it. Okay, so... Oh, God. I'm like a child. I'm like a child in the dang toy store when it comes to art. I can't stand it because I just love it so much. Oh, my gosh. I can't even. Look at that. Right? Now, mind you, it's glued on there. Why am I even holding it? See, you understand you glue that on. I use glue stick or you use whatever you want. But look at that. How pretty. And I don't know. Let me see if I move my light. If you can see a little bit more of the shine. Doesn't. Oh, it doesn't do it justice, the shine, does it? Right there, you can kind of see it on the petals. Oh, yeah. Look at that. But look at that contrast when you turn it this way, so you can really see it. Look at that. Okay, so you see, it's gorgeous. You just did an ATC card. you have it glued on. Look at that. Gorgeous. It's freaking gorgeous. Yes, use your acrylic paint if you don't have stamp pads. But let me tell you, most dollar stores now sell, you know, they might not be the best pads. You can always get the less expensive ones at your local craft store. Use a coupon. Maybe trade with maybe some of your craft friends. Maybe they have colors they don't use as much as maybe other ones. You know, or maybe I'll have to do a giveaway coming up. I don't know. We're going to have to see. But look how gorgeous that is. Gorgeous. Now, I promise I'll be much quicker as I continue. So this is ATC card number 1. Very simple. Now, let me just show you. I'm going to put that there. Let's say you don't have this. Let's say you don't have an embossing machine, like a Big Shot or whatever other embossing machines are out there. Because think about it. You can put a piece of paper in there and you can emboss and run it through. And if you want a video on that, I will be glad to do that. Let me know down below. And then you can do this. Look at that shine. Look at that. Ready? Look at that. Shining, shining. Oh, I need my sunglasses. Oh my God. But yeah, you can do that as well. So like I said, let me know down below. As I rhyme. Come on. What else can I do for you guys today? I'm rhyming, giving some tips, doing all kinds of stuff, singing. What else can't she do? Okay. I'm really joking. Okay. Look, do you have book text? Go to your local library. They're always getting rid of books. Go to your local dollar store. For $1, you get a big book. It could be whatever you want it to, you know what I mean? It could be anything. It could be a child's book. And what you do is you tear the page out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it a little bit with water. Both sides. Give it a crumple. Okay. Crumbling it up. Rolling it, roll. How did my hands get all dirty already? Oh, Kelly. Okay. So you see we're rolling it tight. You know? Okay. So now we're going to unroll it. Now this, you can go 2 ways. You can already cut it out so it's the sides of your card. Same way. Cut it out and then crinkle it. I like doing it this way because, no, you can always cut it. I'm the only one with 6 pairs of scissors sitting around her and can never find them. Okay, so you can cut it, you know, a little bit closer to the size if you want, if it makes you feel better. I'm always about make yourself feel better. All right. But if I do that, usually it comes up shorter than I want it. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? Now, you can do the same thing you did here. Once it's glued on, you want it to be glued on so you have... I'm sorry, my daughter texted me. Okay, so we're going to do the same basic thing. Very quickly. Going in with the red very lightly. And what's going to happen, just run it over. I'm going to move this card out of the way. Obviously, you'll have it that side and glued on. This is just a couple different treatments. So you see how that's picking it up? And then go in with your different colors. We can go in with some red. This is why everything's ruined in my art studio as far as the ink pads and everything, because I use them in ways that I don't know if they're supposed to be made or used. Made to be used that way. But I do it because that's how I love it. See how that's just really coming together? And then continue doing it. Of course, it's a different look than that, but you see what I'm saying. And it's glued on. Let this dry. I'm going to do just a little bit of black. Do whatever colors you want. Now, if you want it to be more in, you want to push it a little bit harder. If you want it to cover the insides. Okay. So you see this background. And of course, you can go in with the pearlized. You can do whatever you want. But now that you have this, let this dry. And now maybe maybe you have stickers. Maybe you have you can draw little flowers or something. This is your background. So once this is glued on, it doesn't look, you know, you don't get intimidated by the white. It is definitely, let me cut it out just so you can see it a little bit better. Again, do it, you know. Okay. We're going down, we're going, there we go. Now, if you're cheap like me, you take all these little pieces that you have left in your art journal, on your next ATC card, on a painting maybe you're doing, you just use all these papers and you just glue all these down all over. What a deliciousness. Maybe I'll save these and do that. All right, but look, see how we're a little bit better to the side? And maybe that light's a little too much. And then you go ahead and put, so you got this great, so let's say this is a little big for this, but see, if you put a flower or drew something, you know what I mean, smaller, and then that's the background, look how pretty that can be. And think of the colors. You pick the colors. These are just colors I have sitting here, but you pick the colors, and now you have another background, you know? Now this can be the main card, but this is a background that takes that white out of there, and you don't have to, you know, worry so much about it. So a lot of fun to start. Now let's just do this. Let's real quick. I'm just going to use a glue stick right now, but I would probably use Mod Podge. I'm going to take my glue stick and I'm going to take it all over here. And then what I'm going to do is all these little pieces, I'm just going to stick. And it's okay if they hang over because you can cut them. And I'm just going to cover the whole card. And do it like a puzzle. Do it like a puzzle. Let's take some of this one. See, maybe I have some of that color underneath there somewhere. Okay. Okay. Sing when you do it. Why not? Makes you happy. Do it. Look. Now that's too like much right there, so I can pull this off or cut it, whatever way you want to do it. And then I can put it right here. You see what I'm saying? You're kind of like doing a little puzzle. And then after it's dry, you can work on top. But now you don't have all that white background. But you do have a sticky mat because I have glue all over it because well, that's just me. You know, and you make sure they're stuck down. And then what you can do, let me just show you. And then you go on with your, you know, your scissors and cut around after it's all dry. And apparently there's no glue there, so we'll just kind of stick it, stick it, stick it. Then you can go, make sure everything's, you know, glued down. And then you can take either another pad, ink pad, or pick a nice light color. I'm going to do Minted Aqua, just to start. Just acrylic paint. Mind you, yours will be, you just want a little bloop. You know, you'll have all the pieces and it'll be stuck down and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Just trying to lift some of that glue off. And then you can take your color that you want to do, take it around, not cover it all. Or you can cover it all. It's up to you. Just lightly take it over, maybe the pieces that maybe are showing. Okay, getting those edges. Remember, do colors that you like. This is just what I'm doing. Lift it off. And you can see you would cut all around these edges to make it, let's do it so you have a better look. Okay. And then look, and you can see like, look, I need a little glue under there. That's not going to stick there because that's on something that doesn't have glue. You get it. But look how cool that looks already as your background. Very simple. And you have all that texture in there. So, you know, you make sure that those pieces are glued down. And now you have another back. So you have a messy desk right now. But that's the fun of art, isn't it? Look what we did. You have 3 different backgrounds. They look all completely different. But there you go. And now you have three of them made. Three backgrounds. Or this could be an ATC on itself, you know, all by itself. It depends on what you do. So very fun, very easy. Now, one of the things I love in life, which some people don't, and it gets on their nerves, I love quotes. I'm a quote girl. That's why I always say the quote at the end of my videos, because I truly believe it. So if you do a background like this or this, and you're kind of stuck for what you want to put on top, find a very a short quote that you like. Write it out on paper, print it on your computer, do whatever, and then glue it on. And then that's the pretty background. If you do white, print it out, like be kind to each other, da 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 da, and you print it out or write it on white paper or black and use a white jelly roll. Yeah, and then you can put that on top and you have a beautiful ATC card, a beautiful quote. And you got three right there. And then just seal it with some Mod Podge or whatever, just to give it a little secure if you're trading them. And the last thing to talk about is there are things on the internet that are free that you can download and print that you will put on the back of your ATC card. Now, let me tell you something. This is very strong. This is pretty strong, this piece of thick cardstock. So you don't necessarily have to glue this to another card because this could pass as your own, you know, ATC card. This, however, it's just paper. You want that glued. So, you know, just pay mind to that. But what you do is you write on the back, like the name of this, what'd you name it, what number in a series. Maybe you did 5 of these. And maybe that's number 2 in the series. You put your name on the back, the date, that kind of thing. If it's in a trade, you can put the ATC trade, but you can definitely find these ATC labels on the internet and download them yourself for free. But yeah, so let me know any questions. Like I said, 3 easy ways to start. Very, very simple. I hope this helps you guys out. This is going to be the first video, just very basic, you know, the basic rules of it. And very quickly, there are is it called ACEOs? Those are artist trading cards that are sold. Some people make these and sell them, and that's what they're called. Let me just double check the name before I tell you that, because I want to make sure. AC. Let's see if that's what it's called. Yes, Art Card Originals and Editions. That's what the ACEO stands for, Art Card Originals and Editions. And they are the same 2.5 by 3.5, which is also, by the way, if you go to the dollar store and pick up playing cards, that's the same size as these as well. If you have those sitting around, maybe you have a couple of the numbers missing or something, the kids got in them, use those, just of them, go to town. Great way to recycle and reuse. So they are like the ATC cards for collectors. So if you make this, you sell it for a couple bucks, people, you know, buy them, they collect them as pieces of art, which they all are pieces of art. I don't know too much about them, as I don't do them. I don't sell them. But they are called ACEOs. So definitely Google it if that's something you're interested in. So that is it, my loves. I love you guys so much, and as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. Let me know what you guys think of this. Any questions, let me know down below. She's a rapper. So I can answer them in the next video. Let me know if you guys like this. Give me a thumbs up if you guys do. Please share me around like I'm your loose friend. Maybe somebody out there in the internet are looking for something about ATC cards, and this would interest them. I love you guys with all my heart, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.